Avatar 2 is one of 4 planned sequels to the 2009 film Avatar, set to be released in December 2022. The film has been under development since 2010 and completed pre-production in 2017, with much of the motion capture and principal photography completed by early 2020. Watch the video till end to know everything about Avatar. But, before that, make sure to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date about new videos by Movie Freak. So, here we go. Starting with the title, James Cameron has previously stated that the film will likely not be entitled Avatar 2, since Jake is no longer an avatar at the end of the first movie, but rather a Na'vi. No final title has yet been announced officially, but an April 2016 press release featured an Avatar logo. Additionally, a November 2018 BBC article claimed that the title would be Avatar: The Way of Water. Cameron later explained in a February 2019 Eastern Time interview that the title was one of many under consideration and no final decision about titles had been made yet. Talking about the plot, Cameron has said in a statement to THR, "In the second and third films, which will be self-contained stories that also fulfill a greater story arc, we will not back off the throttle of Avatar's visual and emotional horsepower and will continue to explore its themes and characters, which touch the hearts of audiences in all cultures around the world. I'm looking forward to returning to Pandora, a world where our imaginations can run wild." In 2015, Jon Landau confirmed that humans would be returning in the sequel. "I think you will definitely have humans in the sequel. There are going to be good humans, there are going to be bad humans, there are going to be good Na'vi, there are going to be bad Na'vi." He also mentioned that there was going to be action, as well as a family story. During Cine Europe 2017, Landau mentioned that the Sully family would be at the center of all 4 movies. In May 2020, Landau hinted more at Avatar 2's family narrative, involving the Sully family being forced to leave their home and exploring the different regions of Pandora. He also described it as about what one does to keep their family together. Avatar 2 will explore the oceans of Pandora, and the team has been developing underwater motion capture technology for this purpose. He also confirmed that Avatar 2 will explore the Na'vi culture more than Avatar. WETA is working out underwater performance capture for underwater scenes. Landau said, "It's going to be like the floating mountains in the first movie. It's not going to be all underwater, it's going to be a place we go to, leave and come back to." James Cameron stated in 2017 that underwater elements will be most dominant in Avatar 2 and 3, but will be ongoing into Avatar 4 and 5. Cliff Curtis, who portrays the Metkaina leader Tanauari, brought in elements of his Maori background into his portrayal of the character. Curtis also introduced an interpretation of the Maori Haka war dance, adjusted to implement the body structure and tail of the Na'vi. The plot of Avatar 2 will be a fully encapsulated standalone narrative, as will the other sequels, but will also be part of a meta-narrative that extends across Avatar 2 to 5. The meta-narrative was originally intended to extend across Avatar 2 to 4 before the announcement of the 5th film. During promotion for The Shack in February 2017, Sam Worthington mentioned that Avatar 2 will take place 8 years after the events of the original film. He also mentioned it having a family narrative while being bigger than the first film. On the Empire Podcast's Avatar documentary episode, Cameron mentioned a martial dispute between Jake and Neytiri, very critical to the storyline, shot from the perspective of their youngest child peeking in on the argument while hiding. During promotion for his AMC show Visionaries in January 2018, James Cameron discussed the amount of care being taken in the sequels, emphasizing the importance of having plots and characters people can connect with and not banking solely on immersive visual effects. So where is Avatar 2 in development? It's in pre-production stage. It has been a solo scriptwriting since 2010 to 2013. The film's story, schedule and scope evolved dramatically over the course of its development. The core team participated in numerous interviews throughout 2010, detailing their ambitious plans to produce a sequel with a much shorter production time and a lower budget than the original. Cameron hinted that the heroes will venture to some of Polypho's other moons in the film, an idea that was ultimately removed from the story. Another interview from the time stated that it would contain volcanoes and would take place several years after the events of the original film. An early unused story idea for Avatar 2 was later reused for the comic book Avatar: The High Ground. The High Ground version may well have been the script Cameron wrote solo up to 2013, before Friedman's involvement. Cameron continued writing the script alone through at least February 2013, but announced that summer that he would be co-writing the film with Josh Friedman. Throughout the following years, the story was redefined and expanded, in part due to overwriting and the vision for the franchise slowly shifted from a trilogy to a pentalogy. The characters, settings and creatures for the film were pretty much set by December 2015. James was lacking developing technologies for his visionary movie. A brief glimpse of the studio, as shown at the 2015 D23 Expo in Japan. The film's production faced several technological challenges, including underwater motion capture. Traditional optical motion capture struggles with reflections from the surface of the water, for example. This was circumvented with a layer of plastic balls on the surface which blocked the light while still allowing cast members to push through to breathe. Significant technological development took place during the years of scriptwriting. The underwater motion capture technology was only at the drawing board level in 2014, but was ready by the time the scripts were completed in 2017. In January 2017, James Cameron stated that he was transitioning from writing to the active prep process, with motion capture filming planned for August and his involvement in production every day up until then. Cameron also mentioned the motion capture volume was already running and design work was completed. WETA Digital formally announced they had begun work on the 4 Avatar sequels on July 30, 2017. In August 2017, Cameron confirmed that the sequels were in full tilt production, with actors going through the virtual sets to help give Cameron information on the scale, position, and lighting for scenes. After the virtual scouting shoots, Cameron entered rehearsals with the principal cast at the end of September. Later, Landau stated that live-action filming would start in spring 2019 in New Zealand. This was further emphasized by Landau in another February 2019 interview with the Times, with the performance capture done for Avatar 2, 3, and parts of 4 described as principal capture. During the Empire podcast, it was mentioned that live-action filming will start in April 2019 and that Edie Falco was cast specifically for the live-action filming. Cameron said that the live-action filming would last 5 months, covering both Avatar 2 and 3. The film used the Sony Venice camera system. Filming was suspended in early 2020 due to the coronavirus pandemic, but resumed in May after New Zealand had all but eradicated the virus. This made it the first major Hollywood picture to resume filming after the lockdowns. In an interview with Lightstorm's Senior Vice President of Production Services and Technology, Jeff Burdick, IBC 365 stated that the last stage of live-action photography was being completed at that point. Its post-production visual effects. On July 31, 2017, it was announced that WETA Digital had commenced work on the Avatar sequels. On March 7, 2019, the first footage of Avatar 2 was shown to Disney shareholders during a meeting in St. Louis, Missouri. It's unknown what was shown specifically or how finished the footage was. Virtual production was underway in Los Angeles by 2020, with the coronavirus pandemic halting further work in the area. Comment below, what extra thing do you know about this Avatar sequel? Watch these videos and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.